Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Hi. It's Wednesday. I'm excited. We're halfway through the week. Tomorrow is a birthday, and then the week after is another birthday. We have all the birthdays in June. So, happy birthday to all the June babies. How's everyone doing today? It's been so long. Mighty Bell, hello. How are you? Hi. I'm happy you're here. It's been a long time, I feel like, since I've been on the live. It's really only been, I guess it's been 2 weeks that I wasn't on last week. Because I had an appointment that I completely forgot of. And then, yeah, then I saw you on the Wednesday before. So how's everybody been? I hope well. I hope doing okay. Crafty Bones. Hello, Crafty Bones. How are you? Happy to see you here. I'm happy to be back. I actually don't have a project I'm crocheting, like actively hook in hand right now. It's because I had a bit of yarn trouble. My fault, actually. That it had nothing to do with the actual skein of yarn. But I mentioned this a while ago. I was working on the Woodland Sunrise crop sweatshirt, and I ended up creating like a double. So I have quite a bit of it done, right? So then this part, I pretty much started creating another panel of this, or not panel, but another section of this. So then it had, again, the little hole, the neck hole, and then I started it and I realized I messed it up. And I didn't need to make a second section like that. It was like, that was pretty much it. I just needed to add a couple more rows and then join it. So I pretty much did almost like 1.5. So that's, and then I got frustrated. I put it all in a bag and then all my yarn got mixed up. So this is what I'm actually working on. I took it out to work on it. And I was like, I can't work on this. So I'm detangling. But let me get back to saying my hellos. Pink Berry I said Pink Berry 172. Pink Barrel? Berry 170. I'm confused now. I can't read. But hello. Hi from New York City. I hope you're cool. And I think the skies aren't orange anymore, correct? I remember last time that was what was really going on. I felt so bad. But hope everybody's good now. Hello, Maggie. Happy you're here. Oh, Granny D. Hello. So happy you're here too. Miss Karen, how are you doing today? Happy birthday to Furls, one day early. Yeah, one day early, but we're celebrating already. I'm not sure if you've seen on our social media pages, but you can see it on Instagram. We've been sharing our stories because we're doing giveaways, but we're not doing the giveaways. We reached out to some of our like favorite crocheters to do the giveaways because we have our audience, but we also want it to be bigger than our audience because sometimes there's people that will know a crocheter and then that's how they get to furls, right? So it's kind of fun. And we've been sharing some of their, posts for the giveaways. There's 11 fun items in that giveaway. So, I mean, you have to sign up for our newsletter, and then depending on the crocheter creator, what they're like, maybe you have to follow them on social media or anything like that. But it's quite fun. Like there's a lot of goodies in that giveaway prize. It's 11 and it goes to one winner of each giveaway. And there's, I think like 6 of them or 7. I can't remember. But anyway, I'm going to keep going to my hellos. I keep on saying hi to everyone. I've missed you all. I really have. Last week I was like so sad I couldn't be on the live. But I'm happy I'm back this week. Keitha, hello. Good to see you. Happy you're back. Happy that we're all here. Darcy, hello. Happy to see you as well. Letty, that's what we call my mom. Well, we call her Tati, but it's really from Letty because, anyway, you don't need to know that. But hi, Letty. Hope you're doing well. Not orange anymore, but caused me to lose my voice since then. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I know that like it's kind of wild. I mean, it makes sense that the air and the skies and all that like have an effect on us. And I mean, I think it was, I can't remember who else that was in Canada, but not super close to where all the fires were going on. But it was really affecting like their sinuses and things like that. Like it wasn't just allergies. It was, I know. So I hope you're doing okay. I hope you get your voice back and you keep recovering because that's just not easy. Oh, Crafty Bones, I'm great. I'm working on taking photos for the blog post. Ooh, Crafty Bones. She's always working on something good, y'all. I won't give away too much, but we were chatting via email and we were talking colors for her blog cop project, and it's really cute. The colors are fantastic. I mean, we picked some good colors, Leanna, if you don't mind me saying. But yeah, so y'all will get to see that soon, and it'll be great because it's kind of like a little teaser into what's to come in the future. So anyway, oh, Miss Karen, I'm glad you're doing well. It was scary with all of the smoke. My voice is just coming back. Oh, again, I'm so sorry. That's rough. I hope everybody's, clearing up the skies I hope everybody can clear skies and are able to come back from all the fires. So, like I said, at Furls, for all of our wood purchases, like any of our wood accessories, hooks, bowls, a tree is planted for every item, which is really exciting. And we just kind of got some of our, stats back from, I believe the last year since like the last Earth Day, if I'm not mistaken. And it was like, I wish I knew the number. I should have written it down, but it's like, we've planted so many trees, and you can also choose where like your trees go in a way, if that makes sense. And we actually did pick up in Alberta due to the fires, just because we have so many amazing like Crochet Foundry fans and Furls fans in Canada. But then because we were also in Alberta when everything was going on, it was kind of like, it felt right to, it sounds weird to say send some trees there, but if you will, plant some trees there. Another Facebook user, I can't see who you are, but thank you so much. Like I said, we're celebrating early. Pam is in the warehouse. She is sweating up storm. Sweet Pam. She's used to that cold weather. Not even cold weather. She's just used to I'm sure her house is like an ice cube, because she's always hot. She loves it to be cold. So, and the warehouse is not the chilliest of places. So, I hope. I don't think you're watching this because you're very busy for tomorrow, getting ready for the sale. I think I'm allowed to say that. I don't know why I wouldn't be allowed to say that. I think we said that anyway, but they're busy. Oh, hello, first time here, referred by alt knots. I love this. I love when people get referred to us. We love alt knots. They're amazing. They're also hosting one of our giveaways. So it's for the birthday. So it's great. And there's also Crochet Foundry's birthday is the week after. And so the furl sale is good. We love a good sale. Y'all know that. But then also the Crochet Foundry sale, it's a good one, y'all. I'm not kidding. I can't give too much away, but I'm like, Heather's not really watching this. I won't give too much away. I just know it's good, y'all. If I'm not mistaken, y'all know we have our annual subscription, which you get this lovely hook if you do get it. You get a hook and a tote. I wish I had the tote. I'm going to get the tote at some point in the future. However, I know if you already have the subscription, there could be something coming up that's available only to people with a subscription. But I also know if you don't have the subscription and you get the subscription during this sale, you could be getting more than just 12 months of issues. So you will still get, of course, you will still get your bonuses, which is your free hook and your tote bag. However, there could be some extra downloads for you, like a lot. Like I said, I won't give up too much. Anyway, saying hello, but hello. All of this to say is Rio. I'm sorry if I didn't say that correctly. But first of all, very cute icon, very much appreciated. Well, welcome. I'm happy you're here. I hope you enjoy. We talk. What do we do at this crochet along? I'm actually not crocheting. I normally do, but I'm untangling a lot of black yarn, due to my fault if you didn't hear from the beginning. But we talk yarn, we talk Crochet Foundry, we talk patterns, we recommend things, we share share screen. I can't talk. I share fun little tidbits. I share little nuggets of information that I may have. My Crochet Foundry nuggets of information are a little bit smaller, but every now and then we do chit chat a little bit about furls because we are like under the same umbrella, if you will. So, but it's very exciting times. Like I said, we have all the birthdays in June. We have Furl's birthday and the Crochet Foundry birthday. And like I said, it's going to be a good sale for Crochet Foundry. I'm not going to lie. When I read the details for the promotions, because it's like a two-parter, those with the annual subscription and those that haven't purchased the annual subscription. It's pretty exciting. I thought it was exciting. I hope y'all think it's exciting. But anyway, I want us to keep saying hello, not the end. Oh, I love anything that's like catchy play on words. This is great. Not the end. Hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Is this your first time in the chat? I don't want to single you out. I'm not singling you out. I just love to like always say hi. But anyway, and let's see. Nessa's Knots. I didn't know. Nessa's Knots, hello. I'm happy you're here. Nessa's Knots, y'all. I don't know if y'all know Nessa's Knots. I personally love Nessa's Knots. But she's also, she's also doing a Froze giveaway. Said we're working with some amazing crocheters that we all personally love. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking at, let's see. I saw the Furls planting, I believe planting of the trees. Yeah. And Vanessa, I think you're talking about the planting of the trees. Yes, we want to talk about it more. We normally talk about it in a blog post, but I think it was one of those where we planned a blog post and then Earth Day happened. And for some reason, we didn't have it up. But we've been sharing a little bit about it via emails, and then I'm going to be sharing about it more via social media. But it's very, very cool that we plant trees. And I like that we do that. We always, I feel like for all of us at Furls, like we do love to get all the hooks and all the yarn and all of that. But there's also, I feel like when it comes to a lot of us crochet garments, like but even when it comes to not just garments, like home decor, when something is handmade, so much time. And I feel like there's like a thing in your head where you're somewhat conscious of how much we consume as an earth, right? Like just naturally and how we function. So it's kind of, I feel like that makes us, when we make our things, may it be home decor, toys, garments, like anything that we make, I feel like an understanding amongst a lot of us. And because I know we've talked about it, of how we do like to do as much good as we can. So because we can, plant trees with our wood products, like that for us feels like we're really happy about that. Like it means a lot to us. And I do know we can like pick different places. So I'm not sure what the next one is going to be, but it's very exciting. I'm happy we can do that. If I've not said hello to you, I'm very, very sorry. I'm still catching up. Monique, so happy you're here. Hi, Monique. I was actually looking for your name. I was like, I don't think I've said hi to Monique. But anyway, I hope you're doing well, Monique. Let's see. We have finally had a ton of rain here over the past 3 to 4 days. So thankful to have rain. I feel like we all keep in touch like via this live sometimes. And I feel like, if anything, I learn more from y'all of what's going on in different places of the world as I do like the news / internet type of things. But that's so good to know. Thank you for sharing that, Crafty Bones / Leanna. It's kind of funny to call you Crafty Bones because your name is Leanna. But if you want me to, I can keep calling you Crafty Bones. Monique, let's see. Pam said something about a glitter heel hook. I mean, if she said it, then she said it. I didn't say anything, but that's all I got. Kathy is sale. There go my savings. You're not alone. You're not alone. I have a list. I'm not even kidding. I work at these companies. They're one, but they're two. And I have, like I said, Crochet Foundry sale is also going to be good, y'all. Let's see. Not the end. Now I've been here before. Thanks for the call. Not the end. I just want to say hi. I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you're back. I may have just missed you. It just happens to me a lot though. Sherry Wingler, that's a great question. Furls giveaway, how do we sign up? So there's I believe one on YouTube, which is through Alt Knots. They're awesome. Love them. There is, let's see, Mixed Domestic. MX Domestic is hosting one. M. Ryland, the actress, is hosting one. These you can find, if you know our Instagram handle, you can see we've been sharing them. Nessa's Knots is hosting one. Dogwood Crochet, Shannon from Dogwood Crochet is hosting one. I'm missing Adela from Lola Bean is hosting a giveaway. So did I cover everyone? I can't remember. There's like 6 going on right now at this time, if I'm not mistaken. So, and it's pretty much each creator, crocheter has their own rules of entry, if you will. And it could be, I think, liking the post, following them, and then signing up for our newsletter, and they will have the link for you. Okay. So if you go, like I said, I've been sharing them on our Instagram story. So if you go to furlscrochet.com, not .com, I'm so sorry, Instagram.com/furlscrochet, and click on our stories, you'll start seeing a couple there because we've been sharing them. Monique, that is a lot of giveaways. It is. So it's a lot. Like I said, I think there's 6 going on right now. And so there will be 6 winners. So 6 people will get 11 things. And I mean, this is a Crochet Foundry live. However, this is pretty exciting. And we're just going to talk about it for a minute. I'm so sorry if those who are watching who are not big into furls, I do apologize, but I will wrap it up. I will wrap the giveaways up just so everybody knows what's going on. I'll wrap it up and then we'll move on. But for the giveaways, we are 11 items. I'll see if I remember them off the top of my head. The birthday clutch from last year. Some discontinued products. So like cafe hooks, cherry. We have, this one could be slightly controversial. We have some metal hooks. Yes, we always hold back a small amount and of things in general, of all of our products, actually. We always hold back a small amount. May it be for any kind of replacements or just if we know we want to do something special in the future. This was one of those. We thought we would hold some, literally only a couple. And so metal hooks will be, metal streamline or in that giveaway. I'm not kidding. I think we have like a 10-pack of whims, if I'm not mistaken. But we got cafe cherry, metal, 10-pack of whims, birthday clutch, birthday hook that may or may not have been mentioned. Cough, cough, it was. Thank you, Monique. That's 6. I don't even know what. Oh, Mardi Gras hook, which was our hook for CGOA last year, which you cannot buy anywhere else because it was only available at CGOA. I think we have a couple needle holders, like needle cases, if I'm not mistaken, like a small and a large in rosewood, I believe, maybe. I could be making this up. Or maybe teak and maple. I'm so sorry. I should have memorized this, but I'm at 8 and I can't remember the 3. You're going to have to be a surprise. But anywho, yeah. It's a lot of giveaways and it's a lot in the giveaway. It's pretty exciting. I wish I could remember the last 3. It's fine. It's going to be a surprise. What can I say? But anyway, so now that we've wrapped up all of that, we're moving on. We're talking about crochet. So this was funny. This wasn't yarn barf, what I'm working on. So like I said, I started working on this. I was so close to finishing. And then I ended up making pretty much crocheting a whole nother section. Pretty much this much, what's in between the silver and here, because I got to the silver in the pattern. I got to this part. I was like, I do another line of this? Like, this doesn't make sense. This is a Crochet Foundry pattern. And once I got to the second line right here, I was like, I didn't think there was another one. And I looked at the pattern and I realized I redid these like repeats, which is like 12 rows, if not more. Give or take 12 rows. So then I started unwinding, and I guess the unwinding got a little crazy, and I put it in a bag, and it got just even worse. And here we are. So I can't crochet this because I have to untangle it. So that's my project for the live. But I'm curious what everybody else is working on. I have seen a couple of pictures on our Facebook group that I need to share that I haven't shared yet. But it's great. Let's see. Anyway, I'm curious to hear what everybody else is working on. I can't remember who it was. Somebody finished sleeves on one of their cardigan. Darcy, was it you? Maybe? I can't remember. Somebody's finishing sleeves. So, and then we had like all of these different, I need to find the picture now. Please be okay with me not being prepared. I was prepared, and then the Facebook group that I had on here stopped working. So then I had to like re-sign in, and then I lost my place. So that is why this is the thing. I feel like it happens a lot to me where I'm prepared and then I'm not prepared. And it's because something happened. That was out of my control. But anyway, what are you working on? I'm so curious. I saw, let's see, besides the sleeves, like I've been working on a furls crochet hook case. Great spike stitch pattern. I need an easier project, and this is perfect. I made mine smaller with width and used an alternate border called Little Britches. Ooh, I like that. That's cute. That sounds great. I hope you post a picture of this when you're done because I would love to see this. I'm also very much like, I wouldn't say nosy. I just love seeing what y'all work on. But one, I suppose one could say nosy. I don't think it's nosy. I just love seeing it. Let me see. Oh, right. And now the group won't show up. I'm working on a shawl with a wool and silk yarn. That sounds delicious. And a blanket with cotton yarn. Oh, that is wool and silk. Any silk. I mean, I can't wait to see this. And Facebook user, I'm sorry I can't call you by name. I just don't know what your name is at this time due to it being Facebook user. Sometimes StreamYard, you have to allow it to see your actual information, if you will, which is just your name. So I do apologize for that. But Pinkberry, I'm finding your link. It's just like, as I said, I didn't have the group ready for whatever reason. And here we go. Here we go. So when you're ready and you're finished with this cool, really cool sounding case, please share on this group. So as some of you may know, this is technically a crochet along where we work on crochet foundations. It's casual. You don't have to be done with it by the end of the month. It's just, if you post a picture, you could win a prize. And the prize is a $25 Furls gift card. I'm not sure what all the birthday live things will be like exactly for Crochet Foundry, but I am sure maybe we can get Heather to join or anybody else to join because it'll just be fun. And y'all can maybe get to know her a little bit. She's awesome. Like Heather's been really, really fun to work with and really appreciate her. Like I said, she came up with these, and these are good sales, y'all. Anyway, but yeah, I hope to share more with y'all with Heather. It would be great. But let's see, I'm working. Let's see, working on a doll and hoodie. We'll be staying another. Okay, halter in the sewing on my fanny bag that I've been dragging my feet on the sewing. I don't like sewing. Gigi the crochet queen. I've recently started wanting to learn how to like sew bits into like a lining or like a zipper. I haven't ventured. I actually, that's a great question. How many of y'all do like some sewing with your crochet lining, zipper, or anything like that where you're doing like sewing? I'm very curious. I've never done it. I think I'm a little nervous too because I'm not a sewer in general. So I'm curious if it would maybe, I don't know, like if I would, I feel like it'd be okay. But how difficult is it? Like, I'm nervous. I get nervous about things, and then I don't do them because I'm nervous, but I should try. I've been wanting to do like the linings in bags and then also zippers because who doesn't love, like, I love a bag that zips personally. But that's great. L.E. Banks, hello from Atlanta, summer school teacher who can't finish her summer shawl. I'm so sorry. Oh, I just hit it back. I'm so sorry. I know, I mean, I know what it's like to not be able to finish something, but summer school teacher too. I hope you do it. You can do it. I believe in you. I hope you're able to stay cool. How about it? I mean, I love Atlanta personally. I'm from South Carolina originally, but I now live in the UK, and I love Atlanta. I miss Atlanta. It's like whenever I go back home, I live, like I said, I'm from upstate South Carolina, so I did grow up going to Atlanta a lot, and in general when I go home because I have friends there. I feel like I went a lot there when I was younger. I don't know why. Maybe because it's just so fun and pretty. But anyway, welcome to the chat. I hope you can do it. I believe in you. You can finish the shawl, and you can get through the summer school teaching. That I am sure you could do. Oh, let's see. I hand sew with my crocheting, but I haven't tried machine sewing with it. I machine sew separately. Katie, that's so interesting. I guess I don't even know what I thought in my head of what I would do if I would hand sew or by machine, but I've seen some pretty impressive things. Like, I mean, there was a crocheter / sewer that we interviewed maybe 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And they pretty much, they would buy Afghans that they would find at like thrift stores and things like that and make beautiful clothes with it. And they would end up like crocheting bits and pieces because I have to cut, and then they would end up sewing a lot, which was really cool. So I don't even know what I thought I would be doing. I think I would probably start hand sewing. I assume, because I don't know. Let's see. Monique says, I can sew, but I haven't in years. I don't know if I ever really knew how to sew. So maybe I really am being adventurous here. Just, sew the lining of a bag. I love this. I'm not good at sewing. I try my best. That's all that matters. I best and just continuously. I can't speak today. Just trying your best all the time. I think you get a good product in the end. It may take a little bit longer, but Monique, I try to avoid it. I don't blame you. I really don't blame you. I've avoided it. Like, the closest I get to sewing is really just when I'm weaving in my ends with a needle. And even then I still don't like doing that. And that's why I just like you slip stitch everything together. Let's see. I haven't lined a bag, but I've hand sewn on zippers. Ooh, how difficult. I'm saying this as if we will have the same like scale of difficulty. I'm just curious. I would love to be better at sewing. If we can dream it, we can achieve it. I don't know if that's true. I think it could be, but I'm sure. I mean, if you take it slowly, I feel like hand sewing first, trying, and then because I've never used a machine, so I can't imagine doing both at the same time. I'd have to start small. Adding my leather work, all hand done, as you personally witnessed. I personally did witness Crafty Bones, literally with okay, y'all. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just am not one of the world, in the sense of I'd never thought of putting like leather with crochet. But Crafty Bones / Leanna does the coolest things with leather and crochet. And there was one in particular skirt, and I think it was a skirt they were working on, but it had like a leather belt, and it was this gorgeous like lilac purpley yarn. And she was just putting it together in front of me, and it was so cool, and it looked so good. And I don't know why I had never thought of putting leather and crochet together. I really hadn't. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever when I saw it in person. So you did everything by hand. So that's pretty. See, okay. So when I think of it like that, I feel like I could do it. Like I could, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too highly of my skills. Oh goodness. Sanita, hi. I'm looking into how to line a bag and put a zipper. I've already bought everything to do it. See, you're halfway there. I feel like sometimes I get so nervous I can't even buy the things. And then, you're halfway there. I think you can do this. You can do this. I'm sure there's some great YouTube tutorials. I'm thinking back to even Crochet Foundry patterns, and I can't think of too many that have like lining or a zipper to sew on. I'm curious, and I know we've done like buckles and chains, if I'm not mistaken. There was a really gorgeous like clutch purse that had a chain on it last June, if I'm not mistaken. It was like the pink lemonade handbag or something like that. And that one I remember, but it didn't have a zipper. It was definitely like a little, I think it just snapped in place or something, but it did have a strap, like a metal strap. Maybe I'm making this up. I don't think so though. I'm now gonna after this, I'm gonna look at all our patterns and look for something. The Facebook user, I lived in Scotland years ago. That's so cool. I actually have not been to Scotland. I really want to go. And at one point I was like, I just want to move out of London and live in Scotland because it just felt so much fresher and nicer, but I'd never been. So that didn't really make sense because I'd never been. So I don't know. But anyway, let's see. I love to be able to sew my own project bags. I hand sew. I have an old sewing machine that I would like to have service, if I remember how. Lol. Honestly, there is so many cool, this is not related. I was looking at knitting machines, but I went into this rabbit hole of people who with their businesses, like servicing and all of this, like sewing machines and knitting machines, and how it's so important to do that. sense. Like we have to take care of our tools, right? And that in itself is a tool, sewing machine and a knitting machine, and things have to be nice and clean and, you know, almost in a way up to date, like just taken care of, if you will. You will get there. I promise you. I feel so positive. I'm like, you can do it and you can do it, but I think we can. It's just, I have a machine. I just haven't used it because I'm like, what if I mess something up? But that's the point of practicing. Don't mind me. I don't know why. I'm confident with the hook. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, I see any pattern. I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. But then when it comes to like something else, I'm like, maybe I can't do that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I saw a YouTube video yesterday where they crochet. Ooh, they crocheted a project bag? That'd be so cool. I love that. I sometimes have to sew for my crochet, but not very often. Yeah, it's like, again, this is in the bunny rabbit trail that is my mind. I feel like there have been times where like I noticed that like the crafts like intersect. So for example, I noticed it with Alt Knots and their knitting machine. And she has this really cool Addy knitting machine. She makes, you know, different panels or in the round, and then she crochets it. Like once it's like pulled off, she then crochets the end so they're not loose, and that's it. And it's like, oh, like I like that the knitting machine, they use a crochet hook like to just kind of finish it all in. And then like with crochet, sometimes we need to sew things. And I mean, the same with knitting, like normal hand knitting, like you're weaving in ends, like kind of sewing things in too. And you can, of course, like, you know, knit a bag and sew a lining. So it's kind of cool. Like, it's cool to think about like the different areas, like intersecting, and then like beadwork and how beadwork with crochet is really cool, and with knitting done differently, but in a way similar. Which reminds me, I did have Olajo shared a fantastic video with me that I need to bring up at some point. And I need to figure out how I wonder if I can like screen share that too. I need to test that out first before I do it. But it's really cool because it was like just beadwork with crochet. And I know we mentioned this a couple lives ago. I personally had never done beadwork because it made me a little nervous, but Olajo was just beading away. So it's cool to see the different like crafts, fiber things mixing, and how you can use them together. And I think that's what's kind of cool, because sometimes, like, I know we've talked about how there is definitely like a divide when it comes to knitting and crocheting. And I mean, I'm sure it can get bigger. I'm sure in the sewing world, there's also these different things with different types of sewers and things like that. But I feel like we can all learn from each other personally, but that's just me. I was made to sew when I was young by my grandma because a good Portuguese woman can sew. Then in school with home economics. Oh, that's like so. It didn't sound enjoyable, Monique. I'm not gonna lie. The way you just described it, anytime someone is made to do something, it doesn't sound very enjoyable. But I hope it was okay. Ooh, let's see. I'm currently working on the Tobago bag by Tony Lipsy, and I'm not sure I will do a liner in the bag. Yeah, like I said, I mean, which I've seen so many of those bags floating around, and they all look great. I believe that was part of Tony's Crochet Academy, if I'm not mistaken. If you're new to this live, we are Big Tony, and she was so sweet. It's her birthday this month, and we had and stuff, and we reached out to her like, hey, you know, happy birthday, blah blah blah. And we wanted her to do. It was a little last minute when we reached out to Tony about the giveaway, and she was like, I'm so sorry. I have this and this and this month, so I can't, but please keep me posted. So hopefully in future, y'all, you will see more Tony and Furls and Crochet Foundry. Yes, because we're big fans personally. And also I know everybody at the company is, because anytime anybody mentions Tony, we're like, love her, she's the best. But yeah, I've seen a lot of those bags, and they all look great, by the way. So Monique, zippers are hard, no? I am assuming, but maybe they're not. And the clutch with a little lemon, it sticks in my head. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can see if I can quickly pull it up, because I don't think, like I said, it didn't have a zipper to my memory. However, it did have like a chain, and I even remember thinking, how do I attach the chain? Which in theory, I now know how it works, but again, this was like a year ago. Let's see, not 2020, 2022. let's see. I'm trying to pull up the magazine. Okay, it was on the cover. There we go. How can I share this? Is it on? Hold on. Okay, it is a chain. See, I knew I wasn't making this up. But it was so cute with a little lemon. That's exactly what I think of. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let me see. Once I learned how to share my screen, y'all, it was game over. Like, Ollie was like, it's a presentation now. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So cute. And it had, okay, this is the little gold. It's not a clasp, but the turning thing. That's what I was actually a little confused how it worked. And technically the chain, but the chain I saw it later and then it made sense. But yeah, I think this is so cool. Incorporating like things besides yarn. I've never done that personally. So anyway, clearly we're talking about sewing and the mixing of the crafts because I don't know. I don't do too much of it. So it's really cool to see like how many of you do end up sewing with your crochet and how many you don't. But anyway, that's the cover that I wanted to show you because it is the little lemon really got me. I don't know why I think it's the cutest little thing. Okay, let's see. Ellie Banks. I machine sew, can sew by hand, don't like to, don't blame you. I'm afraid of messing up my crochet in my machine, need to search and see someone else do it first. This is my fear. I think that's the fear. And this is where it's like, I'm sure I can practice with swatches and like doing things like that first. But I think that's what makes me nervous. I'm like, what if I just mess it up and I just spent hours on crocheting something? So yeah, so I'm glad I'm not alone. I figured I wasn't, but sometimes it's really nice to hear your stories because it just definitely reminds me of what my thought processes are and things like that. This is why I love this group because we all, I feel like, connect over funny, silly, like hiccups or like things. We just bond. We bond in this group. I feel like we just talk about yarn. We talk about patterns, what we like, what we don't like. We all love Tony clearly because she's best. Let's see, I got the little ridges border from her recent 5 crochet borders video. Look at that. Like I said, she is a plethora of knowledge. So love her. Melinda, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here. And thanks for the encouragement, Victoria. I try to encourage y'all as much as I can because we all need a little encouragement, you know? And the thing is, what I've been thinking of recently a lot is like something doesn't have to be perfect. I want things to be perfect. And I think that's something that I've been slowly letting go with crochet and things like that, because when we hand make things, they just can't be perfect. Like that's just the reality of handmade. And in a way, the beauty of handmade, because it makes everything unique, right? It's not, I mean, even with machines can mess up. So if machines can mess up, we obviously can mess up. So that's kind of like, I feel like that's why I try to be as positive and encouraging as I can. Like I messed up with this yarn that it's just all one big knot, but it's fine. I actually very much enjoy de-knotting things. And anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Let's see. Okay, I love artists who use different mediums along with crochet or knit. It's super cool. Vanessa, however you would like for me to address you. I totally agree. I think that's why it's like, it is a community, right? And obviously people are going to be in sewing communities, knitting communities, crocheting communities. Why? Because like that's what we mainly use. But I think it is cool. There is then, I think, a community of fiber artists, is all of us. And I think we all have so much to learn from each other. And as I've mentioned before, I mean, I don't want to ever stop learning. That feels a little boring. Like I can't ever stop learning because there's so much to learn. But I think that's what's so cool about learning with y'all. Like, I think that's one of the reasons I love these lives in general, is because I do not have all the answers. I really don't. And though I am a confident crocheter and I feel like, yeah, I can tackle any pattern slowly. I just need to go slow, right? There's still so much I don't know. And I feel like there's so many more experienced crocheters like on just watching that have so much knowledge. Like even when Ola Jo was sharing that video, that's why I want to figure out how to share a video properly, because I want to share it with y'all. Because Ola Jo just has so much knowledge. It's so cool to learn, even though she's not your person. So anyway, I'm like, I love the internet. I am like, I love the internet because I learn from so many people. I did get one untangled part, which is good, but there's also more tangled parts. Anyway, I'm just updating. I'm gonna keep reading these videos, these comments, so I can not. I just want to get to everybody, missing anyone's comments. I know that's unrealistic, but I really love reading it, what everybody has to say. I'm working on a granny square purse that involves crocheting, beading, and sewing. Not the end. That's so impressive. I mean, so much is going on there. I can't wait. I hope you share it with us because that's gonna be. I would have so many notes I would take. That's so cool. I love that. I mean, I also love Granny Square. Granny Square. So I remember. I mean, Granny Square used to used to intimidate me. It would make me so nervous. And then now it's kind of like such a. You just kind of do it, and it just feels good to crochet a Granny Square. But I can't wait to see that. I hope you share that with us. Thank you. Let's see. I tried to do the single crochet on the zipper. It's not easy. I gave up. You know, sometimes we do have to take a minute and step back. I feel like once we get overwhelmed, at least for me personally, if I get overwhelmed, then I get really frustrated and it like makes me upset. And crafting and crocheting and knitting and sewing and all of this, it should bring us joy, right? It should bring us some peace and happiness, and it shouldn't stress us out. So honestly, sometimes you do have to be like, you know what, we're just gonna stop this for a minute because we just have to. Always, I feel like we need to give ourselves like space to, I don't want to say fail because it's not failing, but we need to give ourselves space to like take a minute, if you will, fail, and then just breathe and then go back to it. Like, may it be a different project or may it be at a different time when you feel a little bit more confident or something like that. But I feel like we all make mistakes. We all have to learn. It takes a minute and we can get frustrated, and that feels very fair enough. Anyway, I don't know why I'm over here. I'm feeling great. I think because I really missed y'all and I'm like so happy to be back on this live. Anywho, oh goodness, I used the little ridges border onto my project. It was, instead of reverse single crochet crab stitch. It looks, ooh, I also love any kind of ribbing, edging. I don't know, always adds a nice touch to anything. See, yes, Crochet Academy sounds very interesting. Excited to learn more. I'm a much better knitter. I did too many projects. I love that. You're going to learn so much, and it's always fun. I think I would say there's a decent amount of us that have our toes kind of in both. But yeah, sometimes when you want to start, it just takes a minute. And I think definitely getting used to using both hands in a way, to then using one hand more than the other, it takes a minute, but you'll get there. You will be a great crocheter before you know it. I'm sure you're already a great crocheter now, to be honest. Everything that you told me you were doing, I don't think that's very easy to do. So you should be very proud of yourself. I insert a canvas bag into my fanny pack bag, then sew it in. Oh, that sounds great. I love that. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. That's what you do. Yes, I really appreciate the encouragement. Yay, I'm glad we're all encouraged. Megan, hi, happy you're here. She says hi to everyone. And I don't know, I'm like 5 minutes behind in comments. I'm making my way, but I'm happy you're here, Megan. Happy to see you. Let's see. I find I learn from my mistakes. Well, sometimes. Honestly, me too. That's why we make good mistakes. We learn from them. And sometimes we don't learn from them, and that's okay too. It's all a journey, y'all. I'm over here like, I don't even know. It's probably because I had my therapy session earlier today and I'm feeling great. So, oh goodness. I definitely learned from my mistakes too. I got Tony's Tunisian crochet handbags for me to learn. I get how it's done, but I haven't attempted it. Ooh, that's going to be fun, especially as you're like a knitter. I think that I really do find Asian to be the in-between of knitting and crochet. Yeah, I think it's really fun. I mean, I have her crochet book. So let us know how it goes. Very curious. I think you can do Asian crochet. I crochet hooks mainly because they're so pretty, and two, because so many people that we didn't expect are missing those hooks. They want those hooks back, and I do not blame them. They're so pretty, and they're so like, I like how pointy they are, so then you can really get into like, because Tunisian is a little bit different. But yeah, I hope we get those soon. Fingers crossed. I'm working on a hexagon cardigan. Melinda, That sounds nice. I've seen so many of those. Every time I get so excited and I'm like, I want to try this. And I haven't, for whatever reason, that's the one project I have not started. And maybe for a good cause, because, or a good reason, not a good cause. Um, because I have too many projects going on right now. I need to, first of all, I do really want to finish this one. So I'll show you in a minute what I'm actually working on so you can see the big picture. But I'm curious to see how that goes, Melinda. I hope you share with us. And I love how I said, I'm like, I hope you share with us. I really do. I just like seeing what everybody creates. And it's also, especially with the colors. I know we talked colors like a couple weeks ago or something. Everybody chooses like the coolest colors. And I feel like I always struggle with colors. So I always enjoy it. That's why I think I like seeing everybody's projects too, because I get like color inspirations. I did somehow just untangle all of that. And I'm very happy. Very little knotting, like actual knots. But anyway, let me catch up on these messages, on these comments, I should say. Let's see. I love these lives as we get to share and learn info and be like with like-minded people. This community is great. I agree with you, Monique. I'm very much the same. Much enjoy. As I've already said it 5,000 times, but if y'all ever have questions and maybe you don't want to ask in the comments for others to see, or you don't want me to read it out loud, please feel free to email us. I always want to offer that because I know sometimes people are a little bit more shy, or maybe you think your question's not good enough or something, or it's too silly. Like, please never, first of all, please never feel like that. It's a very open, welcoming space. But however, I still know that sometimes we just don't want to ask in front of everybody. And I'm honestly, I don't blame you. I probably did the same. So please feel free to email us at support@crochetfoundry.com. And I feel like sometimes I draw inspiration from these emails. Like we've had, who I do not believe is here, she had a fantastic email the other day. And I mean, we kind of kept going back and forth because we were talking about comparing like the weight of yarn. So I feel like I even use these kind of as inspiration of what we like chit chat about. Like, it's not like I have it much structured, but there's certain times where I'm like, oh, I'm so curious what the community thinks. So I like to bring it up with y'all. But yeah, so support@crochetfoundry.com. That's, if you ever have questions that you would rather email, please feel free to. We're always, and normally with the Crochet Foundry ones, I'm on that answering you back. But yeah, so please feel free to email us whenever you want. Let's see, I knit a hat with owls. Oh, and they both use beads for the eyes. Love how it turned out, but now I want other knit hat patterns with beads. That's so fun. I've never like a hat with owls. First of all, I've only made very basic hats. So I've never made like fun hats like that, what that sounds like. But then with beads, that sounds really cool too. I hope you one day show us. I keep saying it, but I love seeing people's projects. But that sounds really cool. Like I said, I've only made just very simple, like, both and knit and crochet, just very simple hats. Maybe the most fun I got was, I think I made like a hat that was more of like a bobble stitch, I think. But it was very early on and I don't love how it turned out. However, it was still a great pattern. It was me, it was not the pattern. But yeah, that's really, I was just putting back up. Owls, a hat with owls. That sounds really intricate too. So let's see. Cassie, working on granny squares for a lap blanket right now. I feel for you, Victoria. Frogging and untangling is the worst. Like I said, this was when I realized the emotion that sometimes comes from these things that we do. It's supposed to be relaxing. But anyway, like I said, I'm over there. I'm crocheting away at the pattern. I'm like, this is great. My stitch counts are matching. And then I'm like, I got to this one line. Okay, let me show you what I'm making. I know I mentioned it, but it is the Woodland, oh, excuse me. It's the Woodland Sunrise cropped hoodie by Joanne from Love and Fiber, I think is literally her handle. Now that I remember. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Perfect. Let me share my screen. But this is what I'm making, right? And I'm using Wander for our yarn, which is obsidian, the black color. Then I have this, it's called Cobblestone, which is this warm brownish gray. And then Moonbeam. So I was working along and I got to, so this little line is that like peach orangey color that's going down the sleeve. That's where it was. And it's really only there. And I believe it's only two. So there's two. There's one in the front and one in the back. And when I looked, I was like, why is there three? Like it didn't, but then I thought, oh no, I must have just, not read the pattern correctly, because I normally like to skim through the beginning. And then I look at the pictures and all that. So I'm a very visual person. And then I was like, no. None of the pictures show three. And I was like, well, maybe it's the underneath. And I was like, no. This is like the top, the top. And so that's when I realized, oh no, I've done a whole extra 12 rows, if not more. And it took me hours. This is what I was working on when I was flying to Canada and flying back. It wasn't until I was flying back that I was like, what have I done? So it was actually very painful, because all I could think of was like, these precious hours of crochet have gone. They've left me. But what I've been learning is that they were not wasted, and it is okay. This is literally something I'm actively working through. But so fun. Anyway, I have, let me take this. Awesome. I love this pattern. I can't wait to be finished. When I finish, it's going to be like the biggest parade in my house of just me and my dogs. Anyway, I've seen where people crochet around a pre-made zipper pouch and tack them together. Ooh, Darcy, I've not seen that. That's so interesting. Thank you for sharing this. I have not seen this. That's so cool. I think that's pretty clever. I've seen also, I do feel like I've seen somebody more so glued it, and that sucker stayed. So these people are onto something. I don't see why not try to, make it work for what you can, make it work for you. That's all. Anyway, I'm still learning to knit from Knit Collage, and Amy Small is a great teacher. Monique, I think you can do it. I believe in you. Were you also saying that you would you had to Portuguese knit? That's what your grandmother tried to teach you? Which, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one where the yarn goes behind you. It's very complicated. I think it was you. And I want to say it was you because you mentioned how your grandmother made you learn how to sew. So maybe I'm wrong though. If I am, I do apologize. Let's see. Tunisian is great, and Tony was my main teacher. Yeah. I mean, Tony is just, like I said, she is a fountain of incredible knowledge, and her videos are fantastic. If y'all ever have Tunisian questions, it's just crochet questions. Also, her YouTube's fantastic. I've learned so much through her. I'm forever grateful to Tony. Thank you. Clearly, this channel and this live, it's Crochet Foundry and lovers of Tony. Anyway, I want to learn to knit, but I love Tunisian crocheting. What's funny is I remember one time I made a Tunisian project, and then I switched to knitting, and it was the weirdest thing because of the motion. And then I went to crochet, and I kept leaving loops on my crochet hook, and I'm no, this is not it. But that's the funny parts of what we do. I'm going to start wrapping up. I am finishing up on our comments. I am slowly catching up, but I will just say, I want to give away, let's see, June, like I said, June has Harrison as our cover for Crochet Foundry. So if you don't have any, please do. If you already have June, but would like to potentially just win an issue, you can email me still. But just, yeah, if you've been commenting, I'm just going to scroll at the end and then just click on something, and you could win an issue. And it will be, again, to support at Crochet Foundry, but I'll send that all again. So I'm just gonna start wrapping up. I'm gonna keep finish reading our comments, and then I'll pick a winner. So if you've been commenting, you're in the win. If you want to potentially win, start commenting now. You can just say hi. Doesn't matter. It's very casual here. We're a little too casual sometimes. And by we, I mean I. Let's see. Gigi the Crochet Queen. I've tried Tunisian several times, but I don't like it. So another thing I gave up on. You're fine. That's the thing. We're gonna and love everything. That's, I feel the reality that we all have to be okay with. It comes up a lot sometimes with furls, because some people will email, be I'm sorry, I don't like this. And it's you don't need to apologize. If it's crochet hook, that's totally okay. The same way with if you don't like certain yarn, that's totally okay. If you don't like a certain craft, that's totally okay. But you tried. I think that's what's kind of important, is that you tried. There's some people that are I will never try. And it's we gotta open our minds. But again, who am I to judge? I think you tried it, you didn't love it. That's cool. Thank you for sharing that, Gigi. I really appreciate it. I think sometimes we don't share. We're all for something, and we don't I want to make space for the people who are like, but you know, if it's okay if you don't like it, because it is. It totally is. Let's see. Hi. Oh, Handmade Designs. Hello. Happy you're here. I'm glad you said hi. Let's see. I see the conversations going between y'all, and I love it. I'm like trying to follow, but I'm like, no, I need to read the comments. Congratulations, Victoria. It takes Jedi patience to untangle yarn. Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually do love untangling yarn. There is only one, if I'm not mistaken. I may have already done it, but there was like, I can't remember where it was from, a yarn, but it was, I pulled it out wrong, and then I started pulling out from one end. It was a disaster. I think the only one that I haven't like sat down because it's like fingering weight. So yeah, that one was, it's a tough cookie, but one day I'll get it. I'm almost done with all my active whips. I work on creating various projects to enter into my local county fair, which is at the end of July. That's so fun. Oh my goodness. I hope you share with us. Here I am again, asking people to share. I just love seeing. But that's so cool. That's amazing that you're almost done. That's real dedication. And I very much admire you, Darcy, because that's something that I struggle with. I love starting a new project out of the excitement of that project, but then there's so many other things I want to make and then I don't have time to finish. One time I was on a Furrows Live and somebody asked, do you have to crochet? And I was like, oh, I wish. I think I sound like I crochet a lot because I mean, I do. I really do crochet a lot. But I mean, I still have to like do work full time, unfortunately, and I still have to like my house. But that's so fun. I love that you yeah, you're finishing the whips for all of us because I know I'm not. I'm not finishing these whips. So I'm glad that you are. It makes me happy. Do you have a favorite pattern in this month's Crochet Foundry magazine? Well, now that you ask me, Monique, I don't know. I know I sounded like I really had an answer, but I actually don't know. And this is because I think because there's an excitement of June and the sun and warmth that I haven't felt in a while, and I don't know why. But there's some really there's a little bit for everybody, literally, because we even have the vest that has the cabling. I love that. I love also the colors that we use. So I think it's hard for me to pick a pattern because I'm thinking of the colors. And I'm very, like I said, I'm a very visual person and color really gets my attention. So if I had to pick a favorite, oh my goodness, I think I would say, this is very difficult. I'm looking at the pictures now. That's why I'm like kind of staring right now. Let's see. Probably the Wild Rose crop top. And let me share this. Let me bring it up. I am all for a crop. First of all, yeah, I'm a sucker for a crop top. I really am. Anything that's cropped, I'm like, I want to make that. And I think it's kind of sexy. If and I love the intricacy of the shell. That's actually not too complicated when you break it down in the pattern, but it's nice. And I love the texture of it, and I love the edging at the bottom, how it ends with that with the shell, and then the top that has the little neckline with the little. I think I love the detail of this a lot, and that's why I think that's my favorite. However, the colors for this pillow, I love the colors for the pillow. I love how I'm gonna wrap. It goes on a 15-minute chit chat about June patterns. But then again, it's for me, these are all of our newer watercolors, and I do love those colors a lot. I love the brightness of the blues, the brightness of the purple. This has two of our blues, a bright purple, a bright pink. So I'm a sucker for that too. So yeah, I think it's hard to pick one, but probably the top, but I do love that pillow a lot. I'm not sure really why, but I do. It's just so pretty and it catches my attention. And yeah, and I think it's kind of easy. It's just the granny square, stitch, if you will. Well, I like to time myself when untangling yarn, race the clock apparent. That's so fun. I've never thought about that. Thank you for sharing. That's so fun. Yeah, I think there's something calming about a big ball of yarn, but yeah, the fingering weight one really has gone to me, and I have not been able to. But anyway, Gigi the Crochet Queen, I don't think you're actually back on here, but I still want to say bye to you. Thank you so much for contributing. Great conversation to this, and we love learning more about you. So let's see. I do that too. It's hard to go back and forth with different crafts. It really is. Like when you're with the Tunisian crochet, I remember thinking, oh, you like leave the stitch on the hook. And then I think, especially when I was first learning, I like kept having to remind myself because I would want to drop it, or you know what I mean. And then when I then eventually switched back to normal or like regular crochet and non-Tunisian, it was like I kept having the loops on there. But anyway, um, I'm making Tony's tunic from Crochet Academy 2023. Issue finding a 5.5 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook. Any ideas? Ooh, that's a good question. If anyone has any Tunisian hook recommendations, please share because Monique is looking. I use Likey, Lykke, and they're interchangeables. That's what I use for anything that's like longer than 12 inches because I actually do really like our Tunisian crochet hooks. We just don't have any right now because they're being like redesigned and reworked. But yeah, so I hope you can find something, Monique. If anybody has anything to share, please feel free. Let's see. And I tried the frills hooks and they're pretty, but I crochet pencil grip, so it hurt. And that's where it's like, and that is perfectly okay. I feel like this is a welcoming space for all, not just for frills. And you use whatever works best for your hands. And that's something that I like to kind of repeat because I feel like I want Crochet Foundry is tied to furls, but at the same time, it's patterns for everyone. So you don't have to use furls. So that's why I feel like we do chit chat. We do chit chat always about furls. We really do. It'd be a lie if I said we don't. But then I try to like not really focus on that because this is more for Crochet Foundry, and we do talk, I think, more in general like crochet things. But yeah, like what works for me will not work for everybody, and then what works for everybody will not work for me. That's just how we all crochet differently. We all hold hooks differently. We all move our hands differently. So I've said this so many times. But yeah, good morning. It actually not raining here. South of Washington. I'm glad it's dry. I'm glad it's dry. I hope it's dry for those that need it to be dry, and it's just raining for those that it needs to rain. But thank you so much. Curated Life by Wiggle Butt Crochet. I always remember because you're sweet little dogs. And just your very funny handle. Let's see, crochet seems so much quicker. Once you know what you're doing, I have problems with my hands and fingers, and I couldn't crochet without furls hooks. They're amazing. Thank you, furls. I'm so happy that's the case for you. That makes me happy. I think like, yeah, I knitters that are so fast, and then I've seen some crocheters that are so fast. I'm not a fast anything. I'm not a fast crocheter. I'm not a fast knitter. I'm just not fast. I work at my own pace. Sometimes I wish I was a little faster so I could like finish more things. But yeah, I do sometimes think for some people crochet is just naturally faster for certain people. So I'm glad it is for you. Let's see. Let's see. I bought 3 furl streamlines a while back and didn't like them. Sold them. Then decided to try them again last year. I now have 25 assorted furl hooks. That's what's funny is also sometimes it takes time to get used to a furl hook. It's a completely different feel experience, even like crocheting experience. Like, I mean, some people really like to hold it up. And this might not have any benefit. Whereas if you hold it a little bit lower, then you find the benefit there with that wider handle. So it sometimes takes mine around, but that's totally fine. And like let's see, a tally. I hope I said your name correctly. I do apologize if I did not. Interesting. I've tried frills too, and they hurt my hand a bit too. But I have a knife hold style. I gave them to my mother-in-law who does pencil style hold. And so we do have, people ask this sometimes in our emails, if we have any pencil grip crocheters, and that they like furls. And the answer is yes. Actually, Diane, who does customer service, we all know and love Diane. The ones who do know and love Diane, or love her. Anyway, she's pencil grip and she loves our hooks. So it obviously, because of the way the handle is, it can work more for knife holders. However, there are still pencil holders. So I don't like to tell a pencil grip holder to be like, no, this is not going to work for you. I just do remind them, well, in reality, we do have more knife grip crocheters than pencil, but we do have some that are pencil. So anyway, I don't want to I'm going on too long, y'all. I'm so sorry. I just love your comments and I just love reading them. Anywho, Darcy, doesn't mean I have any that are in hibernation. Yeah. I mean, it helps to have a deadline. That's also true. I do work better under pressure. So I'm glad you're ready to finish what you need to finish them. Let's see, I've got a few summer projects planned right now. Knit poncho for my husband and hoping to finish by fall. I hope you finish by fall. I mean, that's a big project, or a poncho. That's a big project. So I hope you get it done. It'll work. The shawl in this magazine looks super cute. Ooh, the shawl in this magazine is stunning. I love it. I like, if I ever really wanted to like challenge myself, I think I would, because it also has like beadwork in it, which, you know, in reality, you don't have to use the beads. However, that's what I would do. Let's see. And I know I literally love everything in this issue. Megan, you and me both, girl. Yeah, definitely much. Is there adjustments in the customization guide? I haven't looked in that specific in the Wild Rose crochet pattern, but if I'm not mistaken, there's not too much shaping to it, so it could be adding more rows. However, I can look and I can get back to you, Darcy, because that's a good question. The colors are amazing, and so is the magazine. I'm just happy you enjoy the magazine. I personally love it. Like it's changing in certain ways, and like we're like growing. So I think it's kind of fun to still be able to have really good colors, have really good patterns, work with some really great creators and crocheters. Like I really love that part about it. Let's see. Oh, Monique, there's some people recommending. Let's see. Knitter's Pride Dreams line are my favorite for Tunisian. So Monique, just take a little look in the comments just in case. Let's see. Ellie Banks, Chia Goo wooden ones. They make a 5-5. Okay. You're getting some recommendations, Monique. I'm glad. Let's see. Yes, frills hooks changed my life. My hands hurt, but not with frills hooks. So happy to see that. They did like anytime people say my hands used to hurt, now I can crochet because of frills hooks. That always makes, that's just sweet music to my ears. Okay, I'm gonna pick a winner. I like so many good comments I want to read. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna scroll. If you win, please email support@crochetfoundry.com. I'm scrolling. So if you've commented at all, you have potential to win. It will either be June, or if you already have June, we can chit chat about maybe another one. Let's see. Megan, do you have June? I can't remember if you have the subscription. I normally try to remember. If you don't have June, or I mean, if you want an issue, so just email me. I was like, if you don't have June, we can talk about what issue. But if you do, if you don't, you want June. So support@crochetfoundry.com. I will look forward to your email. Hopefully I can get to it today. I should be able to. But y'all, thanks so much for chit-chatting with me. We missed a week and we all just had so much to say and learn. I'm so sorry if I didn't read your comment, but I hope I can just read other comments later on and we can get back to this next week. So yeah, next week, same time, same day, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Central. I can't wait to see you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And again, this was great. There were so many good comments I didn't get to, and I'm so sorry. I've just been talking too much. But y'all have a great week, okay? Just stay safe, stay dry, or stay with the rain, whatever y'all need. And I hope, Pinkberry, wherever you are, I hope your voice comes back. I mean, I know you're in New York City, but I can't tell if you're in the comments right now. But anyway, y'all have a good one.